You don't want to fall through the hole.
So what are we doing today?
We're going to fall through a hole in the top of the hardcover on the lagoon. We're going to measure this sail cover lazy bag, and we need to know several things. How long it is overall. We need to know where the reef lines come through, because we'll have to make a slot in the bottom of the bag there. We want to know how many strings are going to attach, and something this size 4 is pretty normal. This one here has loops, webbing loops going around the boom, which is an excellent idea because they used to put just a little stainless steel bail right there, and they'd always break out because the sails are huge. Lots of pressure. Anyway, so we'll have to make sure that the stack bag doesn't interfere with these as well. And what else? Well, and then we need to know the diameter so we can accommodate the sail with ease without being, if it's too small, what's a problem? Yeah. So anyway, Chloe, you want to let's start by lowering it down so we can reach it. Use the topping lift without using these things, then basically the lazy lines will be holding up the boom. They're not really designed for that. Okay, yep. A little more. No, yeah, right there. Close the clutch. Now, we should take that all the way back to without falling through the hole in the roof. Just the back end of the bag, not the boom. Yeah. We got 21'1". Now go to the first reef line. 20'3", and the second reef line. Okay, so then we need to know the distance from the track here in the center around to the batten. So the bottom part of these is just a straight line because it's one end goes in the boom and the other end has the batten, and then the top we put a little curve in it to accommodate the head of the sail being. Actually, this one's not much taller because they only have they don't have that many slides. There's only 3 intermediate slides, so you don't end up with a big, tall stack at the front. Probably just make the top of this cover pretty much straight as well. But, so nice they have aluminum steps instead of the plastic ones. Set that down on the right down into the center of the boom. No, a little bit further. So we're 4'6", and across the top. Come up to there. Call it 1'4". And this distance here, 1'6". So we'll have a little bit of a notice on this old bag here. It's not quite big enough. at the head to come up to here, which is where we want it. So we'll just curve the last little bit. What else do we need? We need the battens. Luckily that'll be easy. That's falling out the back already. And we need to know that the distance from the boom to the batten end at the back end, we just need those two numbers. 1'10" or so. Yeah, so this part here won't be connected to the boom, but that's okay because we'll have it. It'll be tied down aft, and there's all kinds of places to tie things to in this sail, on this boat. We can tie it right to here or something like that. And the zipper doesn't really need to be any longer than the bag. That's something to check. In this case, all this stuff does is just get caught on the reef lines when you're sailing. That's it. That's all we need. Get the batten. In the boom, they're usually round. Jesus. It starts right here. Usually they start it further away from the mast, but this is a particularly cheap ass, probably Z-spars. They're too cheap to make to make a casting that's a little bit more, well, to cut a slot in here to make it easier to install anything. Nice guys. I guess it's ½ inch or anything like that would fit in there just fine. Yeah, Z diffusion. Crap. Okay. They make furlers now too. Wow. Talk about shit.
Oh my god. Tom's Reviews 101. Chartered catamarans. That's what it's called.
Can you imagine being up here in a seaway? Rain.
Yeah.
Fucking waves coming over the bow.
It's something like this with what we crossed with La Colocha and with what I came back this year, big lagoons.
Uh-huh.
The captain we had, she did another lagoon just like 2 months before. Between France and Spain, she lost the boom.
Lost the boom? Yeah. Did you see how that's
Pretty
connected?
fast,
It's connected with the 10
small.
millimeter bolt.
Yeah, that's it.
There was a bit of wind, but nothing crazy, like 30 knots, like
Yeah,
Tuscan Gulf, but like
it's
you
not,
should
yeah.
order it, like
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
1,000 mile bomb.
That's great. Was it new?
Yeah, all new, out of the factory.
Oh my god. That's the worst.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
We got my bag. Alright, so we've got the lazy bag is gonna look like this. Square on the front, it's flat on the top, it's flat on the bottom. Then the top part is gonna look like this. I'm gonna put a little bit of a curve in the very front, and then from there on out, it's just gonna be straight. It's gonna have an angle there, and it's not square here either. This is important detail, this angle, because I used to build them just square and they would never cover the head. Very annoying. Anyway, So this, we have the overall length, 21 foot 8. Then we have a reef line here, first reef, second reef. That is, our datum is always the mast, the aft face of the mast. The reef one is 20 foot 8. Reef 2, 18.4. Then the straps that hold that the mainsail on, there's 2 of them here and there's 1 there, and then there's the clew. So we're not going to start the bolt rope until here, until say 18 foot, and we'll stop it. We're going to eventually cut that front corner off to make it more easy to access the clew and make the connection at the sail at the clew. So that bolt rope will be just 4 inches shy of the last of this end of the second reef point. And then there's no other connections. Usually I would put 1 more connection here, but since they have these straps on the boom, those are not gonna, they don't come off, they're permanently installed. Then we have the tack to the batten that we measured there is 4 foot 8. Tack to batten forward. Tack to batten aft is 1 foot 10. No. Yes. And then the distance across the top is going to be 1 foot 6. So this piece is half of that, which is 9 inches. Call it 10 inches wide. And then then I have a measurement up here, which was 1 foot 4, 16 inches here at the head. So we'll go from 16 inches down to 10, just probably in one piece of fabric, because these will be cut in 5 foot lengths and sewn together. So we'll probably taper this first one, and the rest of them will just be straight 10 inches wide. And that's it. Then we have the batten, brought it back in the Cayuco, and from there we'll be able to build the batten pockets, go in here, the correct length. And that's that. That work?
That's perfect. When you look at it, easy bag, it sounds complicated to measure, but when you put it on paper like this, on wood, it sounds much easier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The part you have to remember is the hem allowances.
Yeah.
I forgot them last time around when we were building that bag. So you got a hem allowance of 0 here, 4 inches, 4 inches aft. It's a ½ inch there, which I'm just gonna ignore. The top is 1.25 inches, which is half the width of the zipper. 4 inches, fore and aft again. So these measurements are all finished, the finished product, and we'll add inches. In fact, we'll probably add a little bit to this number too, because they tend to shrink when you sew them, because you're going to stitch the top 3 times. There'll be a line of stitching on either side of this bag, and as you stitch it, it keeps getting shorter and shorter because of the tension in the thread. So we'll probably make it just a few inches longer, and it should shrink down to a nominal 21 foot 8.
Oh, that's cool.
What do you think, Doc?